Hello and welcome to BrittanyRuss.com. I'm Brittany, and if you are joining today, welcome. I'm so glad that you're here. We are in a study of 1 Samuel, jumping into chapter 18. The last 3 weeks, though, I did take a break. I did a series for Single Christianity magazine that I wanted to share with you about my journey through dating and singleness, and I have quite the testimony of just God's grace in that. And I think that a lot of singles can relate to it. I did share some things I've never shared publicly. I was pretty transparent and vulnerable, but it was in the hopes and prayer that people would be ministered to and encouraged in that season of life. So if you are a single or know someone who is, I encourage you to go read that series called The Tug of War Singleness. It's on the website. But today we are in chapter 18, and it's all about the favor of God. In fact, in my Bible, in big letters, I've written the favor of God over chapter 18 because we see it in such extraordinary ways on the life of David. I mean, you look at this chapter, you read what's going on, and you can't help but think, this is the favor of God. I mean, it's extraordinary. The chapter explores some of the different relationships that David has with his best friend Jonathan, who is the son of Saul, and how even though he's the son of Saul, he has committed to serve David, interestingly enough. And then it also explores this relationship that David has with Saul's daughter. He ends up marrying her. And then there's the dynamics of how he's perceived by the nation of Israel. It's like whatever he does, the nation of Israel just adores him, and he is given that favor with them. But throughout this whole chapter, there's this tension because, and it's not anything that David's done, he's just being obedient to God, but it's Saul and this jealousy that he has of David that continues to build as he continues to see the favor of God on David's life. Saul knows he's not going to be king forever. He knows that's going to be taken away, and he sees David rising up, and he sees the favor that David has with the nation, and he's so jealous that he even tries to take David's life. He does multiple times. He personally tries to kill David, and twice, and it doesn't. It's not successful. David is able to escape with his life, but then there's also a moment where Saul thinks that, well, if I just send him into battle, he'll die in battle, and then I won't be blamed for it. So he sends David off to battle, and yet David comes back victorious. And so there's this constant favor on David's life with people and situations. And I think it just goes to show us that when we are obedient and we submit to God, there's this favor on our life that transcends the situations that we are in. And so I encourage you to read the blog, spend some time in prayer, and then study. And I hope that God speaks to you very personally and intimately, and really that you'll just have this great desire to seek after God and to be obedient and to just desire His favor with people and in situations, because there's really only so much that we can do. And I mean, there's this... It's so interesting that when the favor of God is on our life, how that so can change a situation or change a dynamic with a person that only comes from God. So I really pray that God speaks to you, ministers to you, and I will be praying for you, and I will see you next week.